Hey, what's going on? It's Romeo. We made it to Tuesday, actually Taco Tuesday, right? We gave away some Dodger tickets, Rodriguez and Associates, Daniel's Dodger tickets. We also talked a little bit about a higher power. Like, do you believe the universe is controlling our path or something higher than us? Let's find out. So I got this text message. It says, "Hey, Rome, can we talk about BS baby daddies? Mine's a little B who always says the worst about me. I just want to know why." Like I said, all things being equal, I'm going to say the reason he talks about you is because he's upset about the fact of, he wasn't a good enough man for you. So who left who? Did you leave him? He leave you? I mean, how did that work out? Most people, like I said, most people who talk about other people are insecure about themselves. Has nothing to do with the other person, to be honest with you. They're just using you as a scapegoat. So that would be my clinical advice but who's he saying it to? Is he just saying it to other people? It's like anybody who breaks up with somebody, your ex, you break up with your ex, and then all of a sudden they're talking bad about you because you broke up with them. So they felt like they've lost. So I'm going to go with that. Already 425-477. Hey, Rome, why are you going to blame the baby daddy, for talking mess? Maybe she's a horrible mother. Maybe she was a horrible girlfriend, wife. Why do you gotta blame him? Well, I blame him because he's the one doing all the talking. That's the reason I blame him. Most people who are happy with their lives don't give a damn what's going on with other people. I mean, unless she is really just a horrible mother who is not taking care of her child, then, that's a different situation. Even then, you just go to court and get full custody of your kid. But I'm going to guess she's not a horrible mother because she's asking me why he's doing this. So usually when somebody asks me why somebody is doing something, they're usually the ones that are on the up and up, and the other one is the jackass. And you guys know what it's like. You guys have lived in Bakersfield long enough to understand these dudes' egos are busted, man. They can't handle it. They are a bunch of little BS baby daddies. Because if their egos weren't busted, they wouldn't care. I always tell you guys this all the time. Why do you care? If it doesn't bother you, if you weren't concerned about it for yourself, why do you care? All right, so I got a text message. I'll read it the best I can. Hey, Rome, can we talk about BS baby daddies? Mine is a B, a little B, who always says the worst about me. I just want to know why. Well, because he's upset that you're not a couple anymore. He's upset because he's a dumbass and you moved on from him. And so he has to blame somebody. He can't blame himself, so he has to put it all on you. That's really what it comes down to. Already 425-477. Romeo, the real question is, did she do him wrong? Well, I don't know I don't know. And let me put it to you like this. As a man, even if a woman does you wrong, how long are you going to hold on to it? How long? You feel better talking bad about her? Move on. What kind of pathetic loser are you? And this goes for males and females, not just men. But what kind of pathetic loser are you that when you're in a relationship that goes south, you can't just move on? I guess there's probably one or two things, but for the most part, just move on. There's somebody out there better. There's somebody out there that's going to treat you right, that you deserve, that deserves you. If you think like that, why are you holding a grudge? And I don't know what you mean by do him wrong. What did she do to do him wrong? Already 425-477. Did you do him wrong? Whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, man up. Move on. Why are you whining and complaining about your ex? Who cares? It makes you look worse. Already 425-477. She said, let's talk about BS baby daddies. Yeah. Why is he talking about you? Because his feelings are hurt. He's a little punk. So a woman texts me, hey, Rome, let's talk about bitch-ass baby daddies. Mine's a little B who always says the worst about me. I just want to know why. Well, the reason is because, well, maybe you did him wrong. Did you do him wrong? That's what everybody defending him is saying. Did you do him wrong? In what way? All right? And I don't know. I believe you. I believe he's just he probably wasn't good enough to be your man. You know, he's overcompensating for his own, accountability for the relationship not, staying together. So he's just blaming you for it. So he's saying everything about you. It's not his fault. It's your fault. And that's why he's running his mouth. That would be my assessment of the situation based on just the little bit of information I have. But other people are going to say, nope, you did him wrong, so he has every reason to talk about you. I just think you have no reason to talk. I mean, that says more about you or him that he's still dwelling on things that he wants to talk about you. That shows about what kind of hurt feelings he has. It doesn't really say much about you. It says more about him. All right, 842-547-78 Rome. Have you ever had a woman do you wrong? Because if you did, you would be talking a lot differently. Of course. Who hasn't had a woman do them wrong? I mean, you haven't dated and lived until you've been in a relationship where something has happened to you. The difference is, I just don't care. And to be honest with you, I'd have to really think about what happened. But yeah, of course somebody's done me dirty. Most of you have been in a relationship where somebody's done you dirty. But the difference is you actually care about it. I don't give a damn. I just start over tomorrow and do it again. Whatever happens, happened. Price of doing business. Let's move forward. So I don't care. I don't remember a lot of things to begin with. And why would I? Why would I dwell on the past? That's the thing that is bothersome. You're dwelling on something that's over with, and there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do about it, probably this is why this guy is acting the way he's acting, the only thing he can do about it is dwell on it. Because obviously he can't change it. So he can either move on or dwell on it and talk about you. And that's why people do that. Because they can't move on. And that says more about them than it does about you. I got this text message. Hey, Rome, can we talk about B-ass baby daddies? Mine's a little B who always says the worst about me. I just want to know why. Well, somebody texted. What'd you send me? All right, 842-547-7. Good morning, Romeo. The reason he does is because he's a Raider fan. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think that he just blaming you. I mean, that's why he's blaming you for all his faults, and he can't handle it. So, I mean, that's just a punk ass dude. It's really what he is. And I don't know there's really nothing really that complicated about the answer of why he's doing it, because he's just blaming you for his insecurities. He's blaming you for everything that's his fault. Got to blame somebody. Can't blame yourself, right? All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Romeo, we really need to know what happened before we can make a decision on why he is talking about her. You're just blaming the baby daddy, but she has to have some responsibility in the relationship for the reason that he's talking about her. No, she really doesn't. I mean, I agree with you that we don't have all the answers. I agree with you that there might be more to the story. She might have done something, but what could she have possibly done that would make him still be talking about her, right? Like at some point, don't you guys ever get over an ex at some point? Hey, Rome, I was going to pay for therapy, but I'll keep listening to you. Well, it's because I know what I'm talking about. But I mean, like, for me, any ex I have, I couldn't even remember what they look like. Like, I could pass them in a hallway and wouldn't remember them. That's how little I care about anything that's happened in my past relationships. But for some reason, you guys still care. I don't get that. Already 42547-7. So I got this text message. Hey, Romeo, can we talk about B-ass baby daddies? Mine's a little B who always says the worst about me. I just want to know why. Well, I think we've pretty much concluded why, because he's upset over the relationship ending, and instead of blaming himself, he has to blame you. Really? I mean, unless you're really a bad mom, unless you really are a bad person, which I'm not buying it, because if you were a bad person, I don't believe you would have texted me, why does my baby daddy talk about me like that? And so I just think he can't handle it. He has to blame somebody, so he blames you. Not taking accountability for his portion of the relationship that he screwed up. Already 42547-7. Hey, Rome, the difference between you're not a baby daddy. Now this dude has to pay child support to this woman for 18 years, and the court system rewards females for leaving their relationship. So it's her fault. It's her fault that he has to pay child support. Maybe he shouldn't have had the child with her? How does that work? Do you think you're based on your text message, you're assuming that she just left him because she was trying to get paid? Maybe he was a dumbass and she had to get out. Did you ever consider that? And child support's child support. Let me tell you something. For all of you guys out there who talk, this is the better conversation, is all these jackasses out there who think they got roped into child support. Okay? I don't know how many of you guys out there really believe that you got roped into child support, or how you even get roped into child support. You had sex. Having sex, you could have a baby. That is the outcome of unprotected sex. You could possibly have a child. And if you're too stupid to understand that and understand the consequences of that, you probably shouldn't be having unprotected sex. Stop blaming. All these dudes blame when there's a kid involved, like they had no idea. They had no idea. Oh my God, you can get a woman pregnant with sex? All you idiots have no idea, and then you blame child support. Oh, God. Hey, Rome, sounds like my baby mama lying on the radio, knowing she's the one talking bad on me. I don't care. My character speaks for itself. Don't believe nothing people say until you see it in that situation. Fair enough. It's a fair statement, right? Summer's coming, man. It's time to get back in shape. Well, you should always be in shape for health purposes, but hey, you got to do what's best for you. Bring Dickie in. Muliana Fitness. It's what is it again, Dickie?
Cross training.
Cross training. Oh, it is cross training.
Cross training. Strength and conditioning.
Strength and conditioning, a workout. It's still, how do I say this? With all these trends and fads that come along, this is still just basically eating healthy, working out, doing things that mobility, core, things that we use every day.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's a high intensity functional fitness that we combine, obviously strength and conditioning program into it. So you get a full body workout, not only just the lifting, not only just cardio. We're going to combine it together with some core training to get your overall health in a realistic, goal of a life goal. That's something you actually use on a day-to-day basis.
That's what I wanted to point out, or I wanted you to point out, was it's something that you do, picking up groceries, getting out of a chair, all these different things that we do just regularly that some of you guys have a hard time doing it because we're out of shape, but this workout is just perfect for daily lifestyle.
Right. So yeah, it's not just, it's phenomenal to see somebody do a handstand, walking handstand, but there's not one point in my life that I have to do that to survive. So
Exactly.
There are other things, getting out of the chair, picking up, something heavy from the floor, aka deadlift kind of type. But it's just a more functional of the day-to-day life to improve your quality of life, especially as if you're getting older and things like that. There's nothing more than muscle mass that helps you out.
I do want to talk a little bit about that since you brought that up. When it comes to getting a little older, they always say you should always lift some sort of weights. As you get older, you should keep your muscles active, not just. Right. I know walking is great, and a lot of older people do that, but just keep your muscles active. One of the things at the gym, which we'll talk about in a minute, is the different the different ways you can do stuff no matter what level you're at.
Correct.
The different options.
Right.
So we'll get into that in a minute, though.
Yeah.
But I just want to talk about the fact that, you know what, you guys got to stay healthy. And I really think it's important to understand when you're just, and it's going to sound really stupid, but just carrying groceries. You know, you're carrying a bag of dog food. You're carrying stuff that you have to lift. Maybe you have to move stuff around your house. I mean, these are all things that this everyday activities, maybe you want to play with your kids, throw the ball around or whatever. Everyday activities that you need to think about. Maybe you got to hold your kid at Disneyland on your shoulders for an hour and a half for the Disney parade or whatever. Yeah. Well, you know what
I know.
I'm talking about. Yeah,
I've been there. Yeah.
And it's just you feel healthier, you feel better because the activities that we do at the gym are everyday activities,
Correct.
Workouts that fit right into doing those things.
Exactly.
And nobody says you have to be a super athlete, but you can be in better shape every day.
Every day.
All right, so the gym, classes.
Classes, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. It's 5 classes a day. There's 5, 6, and 8:30 for the morning sessions, 5 and 6 at night. We limit the classes to 20 people max. It's 50-minute sessions, and everything's included. You know, you wear a heart rate monitor when you go there. Equipment's all there, and most of the time, 99% of the time, we don't share equipment unless it's a partner workout.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own space. Everybody has their own deals. So you know those germaphobes out there, you're good.
That's me.
I've got a couple.
That's
right?
me. I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah. You hate people, but somehow you're still there. So it's very motivating. It's not a session that you get lost in the crowd because everybody is doing the exact same thing together, and you can copy somebody who's in front of you type kind of deal.
And once again, it's only 50 minutes a day. You schedule it into your day just to get it done, even if it's just to get it done and you're not excited about it and you hate it, whatever. It's just to get it done for your health.
Yeah, and it's nice because you can always crash any class that we have during the day. There's not a I know there's some places out there that you have to reserve online 2 weeks in ahead kind of type. If you don't make it, you're out of luck. It's not that kind of deal. I want to make sure you guys get your workouts every day.
It's basically if you are a member, you're a member. You have your spot of your regular class. If you miss your regular class for some reason, you can always get somewhere else, get into another class.
In the case that everybody wasn't lazy and everybody showed up, all 20 of them, and you're number 21, I'll find you a spot somewhere.
Yeah.
It might be in the back, but I'll find you a spot.
All right, Muliana Fitness, Dickie, how they get a hold of you?
661-444-3635 or find me on Instagram on Muliana Fitness.
All right, let's get in shape. Let's feel better about ourselves. That's why we bring Dickie in from Muliana Fitness. Good morning, Dickie.
Good morning.
Okay, let's talk about some of the classes. Let's talk about, it's a 50-minute cross-training class. It's pretty much functional fitness type exercises to get you ready for just everyday life. Let's talk about some of the workouts, just some of the exercises we do.
Yeah, so we do a lot of free weights. I'm a big believer that, barbells are great when we do some of those, but I think free weights, a lot of dumbbell works is better. It has stabilizer muscle usage more because, your left arm and right arm have two different strength, and some people are better on the other side. But, we do a lot of free weights. We do, your basic strength training of like curls and chest presses to, plyometrics to cardio. We do a little bit running. What I mean running is like a tenth of a mile.
Yeah.
We're not doing like a 50, like a 10K kind of deal.
Well, let's explain that real quick. Yeah. Just the way that it breaks down is when you get on you go to a traditional gym or you'll go run 2 or 3 miles, and then you'll go do your workout, or you'll do your workout, and then you'll do the way Dickie's breaks things down is you might do some chest presses, some curls, and then run a tenth of a mile, and that's round 1. And it might be 10 rounds, which creates that mile within a 10-round segment as opposed to just running a whole mile at once. Because sometimes that gets a little monotonous for people. It
is. So let's say, for example, we do a full body workout, right? And let's say, I say, today we're going to do 550 reps and 1 mile run. Yeah. Instantly your head goes, that is crazy, right? Yeah. But what if I tell you, first round is going to be, 10 chest presses, 10 curls, 2 sit-ups, 2 squats, and 2 step-ups.
Yeah.
Right? And then we're going to do that for 10 rounds. two exercises are going to go down by 2, the others are going to go up, right? And then we do a tenth of a mile at the end of every single round.
Yeah.
Well, by the end of it, you're going to get 550 reps and a mile run. But it's how you break it down, and that's why, sometimes, everybody, most people who is especially in CrossFit know, like the Murph. The Murph is very hard because you run the full mile in the beginning, then the 300 and the 500, and then another mile. That's to most people, including myself. That's a lot of running.
Yeah, it's a lot,
especially on a short session. So it's how you break it down. So anyway, but you also do we do a lot of core training. We do a lot of things on TRX. We do a lot of your basic planks and side planks. So we get everything done. So you got to make sure that you're just not the runner. You're not just the lifter. You're not just. And everybody always misses core training, in which we, invert that in every single session of the day.
And one of the important things to understand is that, I just totally forgot what I was going to say. But
I can't do mental training.
Well, what I was going to say, if I remember correctly now, was that it's all, and everybody does different levels. So whatever level you are, you look at it and you go, okay, 550 reps of whatever it is.
Right.
But your level of doing 550 reps might be only getting in 350 reps at this point. At some point, you'll get to the point where you're doing 500, whatever. I'm just using magical numbers here. And the amount of weight that you use changes as well. So what Dickie and I do, totally different weights on certain exercises. And sometimes when you talk about the cardio, you got to understand, if you're a little bit better at cardio and not so great at weights, you're not going to get left behind because, hey, somebody might not be as good as cardio or might not be as good as you as cardio or weights or whatever. All I'm saying is you find what works for you and you get better at the things that don't work for you.
So majority of our workout is based on intervals, right? It's based on time. You have X amount of time to do X amount of reps. And I actually created this probably 10 years ago. I've been around for 15 now. I had a client at one point. We used to have just a running clock, right? Like a lot of like CrossFit gyms. You have X amount of time to finish all the reps. Well, I had a client that only finished 3 rounds out of the 10 after the 50 minutes. And that got me thinking of like why he only got there, because he struggled, long story short, right, on one exercise.
Yeah.
And so now I said, okay, well, if you are terrible at one thing, you only get a certain amount of time. Once that time expires, you go to the next one. So you're not stuck at something. And I think that's a lot of people that have a fear of getting left behind. It's like, wow, I'm gonna get that. If you only got 2 out of 10, and that's literally all you can do, you get 2 out of 10. Let's move on to the next one. Maybe the next one you get 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not. I don't want you to feel stuck when you have other parts of our body and other segment of fitness that you can attack and while working on getting better on certain things.
Yeah, because I can't do pull-ups. So if Dickie just said we got to do 45 pull-ups, I would never finish ever. Or if we had to do 2 pull-ups, I would never finish. So I can't do them.
You have permission to do a jump and falls.
Yes. All right, Muliana Fitness, what's your number?
661-444-3635, or find me on Instagram at Muliana Fitness.
All right, Dickie's here, Muliana Fitness, cross-training facility, 50-minute classes, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. Good morning, Dickie.
Good morning.
Now, we were telling you a little bit about some of the exercises, things that you need to do. It is a class setting, which I know some of you can be intimidated by a class setting. I would not be intimidated by these people that are at these classes. Some of them are, most of them, almost all of them are just great people. All kind of have the same goal in mind. All just want to be in better shape. Some of them are really, really in shape. And they're usually the nicest ones just because, they're not jerks. So
we have a different crowd. I love the CrossFit gym where everybody has their shirt off kind of deal, but that's just not our vibe.
No,
we are more of a late 20s and up kind of gym. It's a lot of functional fitness. I think it's when you get a little older, I think you realize that deadlifting 600 pounds is not your top of the agenda. Yeah. Which is my top agenda when I was in my 20s, but not
or it's
anymore.
Just stupid because you're in your 20s. But okay.
But it's great. It's
I don't know why anybody has to deadlift 600 pounds in their life for anything. but okay.
But it's a functional fitness gym where if you do have, I always joke about this, but it's becoming more and more true every single day. If you're old, if you have injuries, if you're broken, you got come out of surgery, or you just recently become injured and you're very limited on things. There's so many different ways. In fact, this month alone, I had somebody had a muscle tear, somebody had a broken leg, and 3 girls with problems with their shoulders, and we're able to manage to change and modify all the workouts for all those 5 at the same class.
Those are not gym injuries, by the way. They're injuries people got.
We're gonna call it gym injuries because I don't want to assume otherwise.
So anyway, I do also want to say that more women. For those of you that are, you ladies out there that might be intimidated by class setting, there's more women in these classes than there are men.
There are. And half of them can kick the guys' butt.
Yeah. So there's no reason to not try it out or be intimidated to try it out because it's a class setting. And it's a different class setting. It's weights. It's working out. So
it is. And I offer a week trial for every single person that wants to come in and try it out, and not only to see if the training is for you, but also, make sure the schedules works out and things like that, and they like what they do because.
Give them the phone number real quick.
661-444-3635, or find me on Instagram on Moyana Fitness.
And you can text them as well if you want to talk to them. Calories. One of the important things about either putting on weight or losing weight or building muscle is really knowing your calorie intake, your calorie outtake, and the polar system that we use is a great way to do that. I know you guys got Apple Watches and different, I don't know if the Fitbit's a thing or whatever,
right.
Or you use the calculator on the treadmill or the skier or whatever you use. Those are not as accurate and can really mess you up with what you're trying to do.
Right. So with our system, we have a Polar and Garmin is 2 top one, right? But having an actual heart rate monitor on you is much different than having a watch, right?
Yes.
I have a watch too. Don't think I don't. But combining that with nutrition program is like your 2 main goal to have to get it down, because believe it or not, working out is the easiest part.
Yeah.
It's the other 23 hours I don't see you is what kills you. And, especially the weekends, the 3 days I don't see you is what breaks everybody down. But if you have a plan of knowing how many calories you burn on a daily basis, we have a plan for that, right? Depending on how much weight you're trying to lose. With the custom nutrition program.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't just focus on weight. If you're a guy trying to put on some muscle, you have to know how much nutrition you can eat, what type of food you can eat, things like. It goes both ways, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. In fact, in my 15 years, gaining good weight is actually way harder than losing weight. Losing weight, you just gotta, you gotta limit your eating, and you gotta know what how much deficit you gotta do. Yeah. Well, if you're trying to pack on muscle, I know a couple of the guys has been trying to gain weight. It's like having a Thanksgiving dinner every single meal.
I just want to point that out so people understand that it goes both ways depending on what you want to do. So what are you missing? We got the calories. Going to be focused on your calories.
We have nutrition program. I will sit down with you and build up a meal plan based on your goal, based on what you like. To eat. That's a big difference, because there's nothing worse than eating something you don't like and get burned out really fast on it.
Okay, one last thing before we get you out of here, Dickie. I just want to mention, for those of you that 4 days a week may not be enough, Dickie does put together stuffs Fridays and Saturdays, maybe some hiking or maybe a run on Friday, hike on Saturday. If you don't have any friends and you want to make some, there's a lot of people at this gym that don't have any friends and want to make some, and they all hang out together and they do different activities that are outside of the gym from an exercise standpoint, whether it be a high rocks or a run or a 5K or a 10K or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of opportunities to get involved with a group of people that may want to be fit or may want to work out just like you do.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do a lot of, especially we focus a lot of endurance sports. So anything from a 5K to, high rocks, Spartan races, marathon, anything in between, even rock climbing it once in a while we go through for just to change things up. You always have a group that is willing to go, and you're never alone.
Yeah. All right, Dickie, give him the number again.
661-444-3635, or find me on Instagram on Moliana Fitness.
All right, Dickie, we'll talk to you later. All right, so the Dodgers are playing tomorrow night. They're playing tonight too, but tomorrow night I got a pair of tickets for you to go see the Dodgers. Daniel Rodriguez, he is an amazing dude. He has tickets to the Dodgers, and they are absolutely amazing seats, right? So the Dodgers, I think maybe they're 16 rows, 12 or 16 rows behind home plate. I'm not totally sure where I know they're behind home plate, but I can't remember what, it's been a while since, let me see real quick. I can't remember exactly where they're at, but they're amazing seats. And if you guys haven't a lot of you guys have gone to Daniel's seats before, and he loves to give them out when he can't make it. So I got a pair of tickets for you Dodger fans out there, but I only got 2 for tomorrow night's game. So if you want to take your, I don't know, maybe you and your spouse, you and your partner want to go, maybe one of you want to take your son or daughter because they've never been to a Dodger game, now is the time to do it. 842-547-7. We always do it the same way. I like you guys to send your pictures of you being at Dodger Stadium or how big of a Dodger fan you really are. Send me the photos right now. 842-547-7. We throw everybody, and I just pick one. I got a pair of tickets for you for Dodgers Rodriguez's tickets. Yeah.
Good morning, Romeo, my winner.
No, you're not a winner. No. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
What's up, Romeo? It's Ted Carlos.
Yeah, what up, brother?
What's up with the tickets?
I told you got to send me photos. You text me the photos of how big of a Dodger fan you are. What are you guys calling me for?
You. I'm going to send you all kinds
of... Oh, my God. Get out of here. What's going on?
Good morning.
All right. Apparently, you guys do not listen to what I say, okay? One of the best parts about giving out tickets to you guys is seeing the photos of you guys being at how big of a Dodger fan you are, okay? So I told you to send me photos, not call me. I mean, I don't know what you guys hear when I talk, but maybe you should open your ears a little bit. RD4254-7. So Daniel Rodriguez has amazing Dodgers tickets, right? So I got a pair of tickets for you. He gave me a couple last night so that I can give them out to you guys. I want to say they're about 12. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I want to say they're about 12 rows. The 12th row behind home plate, maybe. I want to say that's what it is. Plus, I think the tickets get you into a couple of different places, a couple of restaurants or bars. I think you get to check out a couple of places with the tickets as well. I can't remember because last year when I went, I was, I drank a little too much, but that's okay. So anyway, yeah. But if you want the tickets, you have to send me photos. You know, here you go, right here. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Like I said, my man right here. See, that's what I'm saying. Dodger fans really do. Most Dodger fans in Bakersfield are pretty cool. That's why I like to look at the pictures. So, but I only have a pair, so you're gonna have to decide who gets to go. Whether it's you and your spouse or you and your child for tomorrow night's game. Ooh, see, you got a family of 4 right here. How you going to decide who gets to go? I only got 2.
Tell me I won, Romeo.
But no, you got to send me photos. I'm not taking callers. All right. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Hi. Good morning, Romeo.
What's
Did you
up?
Hi. I texted my picture.
Well,
you get it?
I'll get to them. I got a few minutes. Keep listening. All right. My God, you guys. Let's see here. All right, 842-547-7. So I got a pair of Dodger tickets for you. It's funny, all my friends are texting me now for them. So I got a pair of Dodger tickets for you. And they're Daniel Rodriguez's from Rodriguez and Associates. They're his tickets now, just a pair. Great seats behind home plate somewhere. I think they're about, gosh, I wish I could remember how many rows back they were, but they're amazing seats. There's nothing better than going to a game. There's nothing better than going to a ball game I like day games. sitting there in the afternoon, cold beers, a couple of dogs hanging out. All right, let me see. Let me look at your photos. 842-547-7. Hey, Rome. I remember when my dad used to take me to watch the Dodger games from up on a hill. This was one of those pictures where we went to go watch the game up on the hill, and we never made it inside. This would be an awesome gift to give to my dad, and we could finally go inside the Dodger Stadium. Oh my God, are you serious, bro? Are you serious right now with that? That is a great photo. You guys never got to go to a game? Oh, that's wild. All right, 842-547-7. You guys got your pictures here? I'm trying to go through some of these pictures and see what you got. Send me videos. I can't look at videos right now. Let's see. This is okay, now who gets left out, bro? It's my man, his daughter, and it looks like his wife. Or she could be his older daughter. But who gets left out? I only got 2 tickets. Hey, Rome. Huge Dodger fan here. I used to ditch school with my girlfriend to go watch them 8 years later, and we still try and go every year. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, that's pretty good. Already 42547. We're going to do this for about 20 minutes or so. So you got about 15 more minutes to send me your stories. You can try to hustle me with your little story and your photo. Let's see. Viva los Dodgers. Nice. Let's see. Long story short, I was on the couch about 1,000 months pregnant, and my remote control was on the other couch, and I didn't want to get up to change it. So that day I became a fan. Russell Martin hit a grand slam. I have never and I've been a fan ever since. Wow, that's funny. Alrighty, 42547. You guys look like you guys are having a great time at the game. Hey, Romeo, it's not fair. Only people who've been can win. We never been and want to go. Little young ho season. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying send your photos of you being a Dodger fan. I mean, people send me photos from their house, from their cars. No. It's fair. You just can't be sending me some photo looking like some hoes talking about let me go and flipping me off, huh? Good morning, Al. What's going on?
What's going on, Rome? Chilla Gilly.
What up, Gilly?
Man, if somebody, and I'm just going to tell you, and now I have no vote in this or nothing, but I'm just saying, if somebody sent you in a picture that they kept, and they were on a hill, and they used to watch the games, close to Dodger Stadium, and just to watch the game, I'm going to tell you, man, they got to deserve those tickets.
That's an old picture too, isn't it? You can tell it's old. You can tell how old it is too. Yeah, they're in the running. They're in the running. I'll pull out all the good pictures and see who put them in a pot. All right, Gilly. Okay. Cool, man.
I hope they still lose, but that's okay.
Well, I'm not a huge Dodger fan by any means, but I would, and I'm gonna, it's gonna sound a little wild, but I go to the Dodger games on Daniel Rodriguez. He gives me tickets to go, and his seats are so amazing behind home plate. And then you can get to go up and you get to see I think it's the Dodger Museum or something. And then there's a restaurant that oversees the stadium where you can eat and drink. And it's just, I have such a great time when I go. And there's nothing better than a ball game. I used to live up north, so I would go to ball games up north. And there's nothing better than an afternoon at the ballpark. Nothing more exciting, fun. Just enjoying. So, yeah. But I got 2 tickets for you. And the reason I say that is because some guy sent me a photo of him and his family, wife and 2 boys. And I said, who's going to go? He says, Rome, the wife has to work and the little son is a football player, so the baseball son will be going. Oh, so the taller one? All right, my man. All right. There's nothing better. I mean, I remember my dad used to take me to the ball game. And there's nothing better than going to the ball game with your dad, just hanging out, having beers, enjoying. So let's see here. What do we got here? Okay. Or with, and I know there is a lot of, let's see here. Okay, so I'm looking at some of your photos. You guys are all out front. Like I said, I only got two. I only got 2 tickets. So you guys are gonna have to figure out who gets to go. And you gotta go. You can't not go. You gotta be able to go to the game tomorrow night. By the way, Bakersfield has some good-looking families, just so you guys know. I see these photos. You guys got some good-looking families. Hey, Rome, please give me the Dodger tickets. You're wearing a cowboy jersey. You're wearing a cowboy. This fool said, give me Dodger tickets while he's laced out in cowboy outfit. Cowboy gear. Hell no. Get out of here. All right. 842-547-7.
Oh, yeah. Call 29?
No. Yeah, what's going on?
Are you still getting out the tickets or no?
Yeah.
What color am I?
I'm not doing a caller. Oh, what's going on?
What's up? What's up? You said something about Dodger tickets?
Yeah.
Did I win?
No. No, what's going on?
Hey, Romeo, I'm hearing that you're giving out Dodger tickets, and you have to send a picture in order to be...
Yeah, you have to send a picture.
Oh, wow. Okay, well.
All right. Well, I mean, looking for Dodger fans, man. Someone that really going to go tomorrow night. What'd you say? They had to pull up onto a truck stop to send more pictures. Went during COVID. Okay. Oh, I see. All right. No, you got to send photos. I want to see that you're true Dodger fans. You really got to, and you got to want to go. I mean, you got to want to go tomorrow night. Let's see here. There's some great photos. You guys got some great photos. Tomorrow night's game at, what is it? Who they playing? The Mets. Daniel Rodriguez gave me a pair of tickets to give to you. Would love to take my son, Rome. He loves going to Dodger games. Okay. I see there's a couple of people that have never been to a Dodger game. One of the guys said he'd love to sit behind home plate. And he sent me a photo of him being in like the cheap seats. Said it was so far away. That was kind of funny. Couple of old photos. All right. Yeah, I'd love to hook you guys up. Or actually, Daniel Rodriguez. It's his ticket, so I do have a pair of tickets for just a pair, though, for tomorrow night's game. They're great seats. You got to go, though. You got to want to go. Would be a great surprise for my husband, and we've dedicated our marriage only to our kids, and would be great to surprise hubby with a date night to his favorite team. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I don't mind a little date night, but you guys got time to go? Hopefully she answers.
Hello?
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 Hi. Did you just send me a photo of you and your family?
Yes, I did.
Well, you guys want to go to the Dodgers? You and your husband want to go to the Dodgers tomorrow night?
Yes, I would love that.
All right. You guys
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
You guys can go, right?
Yes. What time?
I don't know. Whatever time the Dodgers play tomorrow night. I don't know.
Oh my God, yes, I can't believe I can't believe we won.
Well, you guys look like you got a bunch of kids here that don't let you get out much, huh?
No.
All right. Well, as long as you can definitely go. And who's gonna watch the kids?
I have family. We have family.
Never say my sister's got to watch the kids while we go to the Dodger game.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
All right. What's your name?
Cecilia?
All right. Hold on a second. I'm going to get you a pair of Dodger tickets. They're Rodriguez and Associates tickets, Daniel Rodriguez, and they're right behind home plate. You want to go early, though, so that you guys can check out all the access that the tickets give you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hold on a second, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, there you go. Now we got to wait for Daniel to miss another game so we can give away some more tickets another time.
I could have sworn that Dallas Cowboy fan was going to get him.
Why?
Why? Because he wants to see somebody win for once.
Oh, I was thinking about this the other day, about this whole idea of people who kind of manifest things, right? Like you got a vision board, or there's a lot of you out there that believe your relationships are the universe brought you together, or, religion, God brought you together, or you think that, how do I say this? You guys believe that there is something bigger than you that got you where you are. And I always, and I didn't really think about this till Jay mentioned this to me yesterday. You know, some of these professional athletes, the first thing they do is they thank God, which is, and I don't know, I'm not saying this to disprove any of whatever you believe. I just want to talk about it a little bit because I knew a guy I grew up on the reservation with, and this kid ended up being a superstar athlete in college, played in the major leagues. But when we were kids, this guy practiced pitching every single day. He used to have a cardboard backing. It was like, not a cardboard, I'm sorry. He used to have this, his dad set up this thing with a little hole in it, you know, that he had to pitch it, that he aimed for every day. It was like a big piece of plywood that was set up like behind the plate and or in front of the plate or something. But I remember he would always try to pitch in this little square hole that his dad put in this plywood. And that was his target. And he practiced every single day for I don't even know how many hours. So I always wonder sometimes when people say, oh, I want to thank this higher power or this whatever universe for making me, you know, for accomplishing this, when the reality is at some point you've worked so hard to accomplish it, you need to take credit for yourself. Now, I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to disregard, but how many of the universe has a plan for you? Now, whatever you consider the universe, whether it be God, whether it be the stars aligned, whatever it is that you believe, right? How many of you believe that you got where you've gotten to, or you're with the person that you want because of some higher power? And why do you believe that? You know, some people will say, you know, like, have you ever been, I'm trying to think. I'll tell you a story. So, I'll tell you in a minute. RD4254777. Do you believe that there's something out there bigger than you that's controlling your life? All right, so do you guys believe that there is some higher power controlling your life? I know a while back, I thought it was kind of crazy. You know, a lot of these stories nowadays, people are coming out having a different idea of what's going on in the world. I think Elon Musk came out a while back and said we're all just participating in some video game or simulation or something like that, which I don't know if that's true. But do you ever wonder, you look at things that happen to you and you go, okay, me and my significant other, we got together because of something other than that's who you wanted or that's who they wanted, and you know, whatever the case may be. Yo, Rome, you're gonna piss off a lot of people, Rome, for what? For asking if they believe that there's a higher power guiding their life? How's that gonna piss anybody off? I didn't say I disagreed with it. I was just curious how people thought about it, especially in this age of AI and what they think is going on, right? But do you ever wonder? I wonder sometimes. There was if there was a crossroads in life, I always wonder, hey, if I would have went that way instead of this way, would have something different happened? You never know, but you never know. You know, you just never know. Already 4254777. Rome, God first all the time, Rome. Everything else is secondary. It's all God's plan. Prayers are answered, and you learn through life why God puts you through situations, which is why everyone has a different perspective on life, different experiences, all that. Put God first, and you have everything you need already. Okay. Now, I've always told you, I don't know if I believe in God yet. I'm not discounting it, but I also don't know, because I don't know how you prove it, first of all, because you can justify anything, you know. Why is it, well, It's not a God thing. It's just the idea that, is there something bigger than you? And do you believe that? Do you believe that everything that happens to you is not by your choice? There's a bigger plan for you in everything that happens. Makes it hard to see that when you look at some of the things that, especially if your life sucks, right? Or was your life always supposed to suck? Was that the plan? Or did you make bad decisions that led you to that? RD425477. Oh, let's see what my boy sent me here. No, my boy sent me something about something else I was talking about. But what do you think? Do you think that you're with the person you're with because there's a higher power out there that wanted you two to be together? Do you think you have the job you want because there is a plan of a higher power, whatever that higher power consists of, okay? Whatever you believe in, Already 42547. So the other day, I don't know when Elon Musk said this, but he talked about us being all players virtually in a video game, right? And that we live in a simulation. Now, what the Matrix, right? You guys remember the Matrix? Now, I don't believe that's true, but there's a lot of people that believe there's a higher, there's something controlling the universe, whether it be God or whether it be the stars or whether it be whatever, I don't know, whatever it is that you believe in that is controlling your life. Now, what did someone say? Oh, obviously a lot of you believe in God and that God has a plan, and that's fine. Pray, Romeo, just pray and you'll see how real God is. See, now I've always said this. I don't know if God is real or not. I don't know. But then again, I'm not looking for him. And maybe that's why, because I'm not looking for him. My life's been great. My life has never really been bad at all. So, but a lot of people, believe that they're where they are because of some sort of grander plan or the universe had an idea. But I don't know. And I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. So I had this friend in high school, and she wanted to go to St. Mary's College. Now, she said that was her whole goal in life. At this point, I don't know what she's doing now, but her whole goal in life is she wanted to go to St. Mary's College. And she worked her butt off, and that was total focus. Nothing distracted her from going to that college. Now, she didn't get in out of high school. So she went to junior college until eventually she finally got in. Now, my question is, was there a higher power? Or did she just know exactly what she wanted and did whatever she had to get into this small private school? Now, she got into other colleges, but said no. So I always wonder, was there a grander plan? Or you just making a justification for why you did it as opposed to just saying, you know what, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, Rome. Hey, it's crazy, Rome. I always say that people disregard their own hard work and say it was all God. I get that maybe you want to praise God, but don't undermine yourself, your hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, but based on the last topic, you would say the grand plan is God, and then secondary, it's how you work at it, right? But I don't know, I just wonder sometimes and I don't know I don't know what's real, okay? I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that God is, the bigger universe, because I don't know. You guys got to make all those decisions for yourself. And whatever helps you succeed or be a good person could be anything, right? A lot of people will say kids. I became a better person once I had kids, right? So you just got to wonder is when you're determined for something and you get it, was it a grander plan? Did the universe have something to do with it? Or did you just really want that thing and did everything you had to get it? All right, 842-547-7.
Hey, are we still talking about this greater plan with
Yeah.
God or this? Okay.
What you got?
So I'm gonna tell you something. So for me, I believe in God.
Okay.
So there's this instance for me when I was going to CDCR. That was something I always wanted to do. So I got in, I took the test, everything was everything.
Okay.
But when I went to go take the test, I kept getting stopped. So I was on the freeway, something would happen with the car. This happened 3 times. So for me, I was like, well, maybe that's not where God is.
Wow,
So
that's
a
interesting.
year later, I ended up in a different facility. It's a facility, but now everything is going great for me. So then I start thinking maybe God didn't want me to go to that facility. There was some reason. So I end up where I'm at now, and I'm just elevating in everything.
What?
So for me, it's like this is where I was supposed to be.
Okay, now let me tell you this. I believe your story in the sense that it was keeping you from going somewhere you weren't supposed to be. On the flip side of that, when people say, I'm where I'm supposed to be because of this, as opposed to I did whatever I had to get there. Do you see the difference in what I'm saying?
Yes, I believe in what you're saying.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. All right. I appreciate the phone call.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have
Bye.
a good day.
Do you see where I'm going with that? So I just wonder sometimes, is there really a grander plan? Sounds to me like there was for her because something was stopping her, you know? All right, 842-547-7. So let's talk about, do you believe there's a grander plan for you? Do you believe the universe has it all worked out and you're just playing out somebody else's plan for yourself? You know? And I always say this because I look at that when I look at some of these people that want something. I grew up with people that wanted to live in a certain town. They wanted to do a certain job. They wanted to go to a certain college. They wanted to do something in life. And I watched them do everything they needed to do, take the steps to get there. So was that the grander plan for them, or was there not? I never wanted to be on the radio. I got 2 college degrees to do something totally different. And I ended up being on the radio, you know, and I ended up in Bakersfield. Was that a grand plan? Do you guys think the universe had a plan for me to end up in Bakersfield and do this radio show for 30 years? Or were there other factors involved that I made the decisions and why I'm still? Because I had opportunities to leave. I had opportunities to work somewhere else. I had opportunities to not still be here, but I didn't choose them, you know, for different reasons. I'm just curious. What do you guys think? All right, about yourselves. I mean, I just wonder if the universe has this plan for us, whatever your universe consists of. Everybody has a different belief system. What do you think? Hey, Rome, the higher power thought it would be a great lesson to give me a cheating wife. I mean, that's the thing. There are a lot. That's another question. All right, 842-547-7. Let's see here. What do you think? Do you guys think that there's a grander plan in this world that we live in this crazy world we live in? And how much do we have a say in it? What do you think? All right, 842-547-7. All right. So do you believe there's a grander plan for you? Do you believe that the universe brought you, whatever it is, whatever you consider a higher power in your life, right? Do you believe that you're controlled by this, or that you are the one that actually got you to where you are? With the person you want to be with the job you have. I mean, pick whatever it is. Rome, I'm pretty much in, let's see, what'd you send me here? I'm pretty much, where is it? Okay, I'm pretty much an atheist growing up until about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm in my 40s now. I rejected anything that had to do with religion, but I don't know if it's because I've grown older and wiser, but I am more accepting of it. I'm not fully on the road of being strictly religious, but if you're going to follow anything in life, wouldn't it be that, which is the written word of the Bible? Put it in this way. If you are generally a good person, and if so, follow the book. It won't lead you in the wrong path, I believe. I agree with you on that. I do agree with you on that, because I have a friend who, found religion, and now he's an amazing person. He was kind of a questionable person before that. But what if you're just a good person? There's all these ways to. This is not some a religious conversation I want to have. I just wonder, how many of you believe that a higher power, whatever, not everybody, a higher power can be some other than religions. A lot of different cultures believe in a lot of different things that may not necessarily be religious, okay? But you just wonder how much of it was you versus how much of it was this grander plan for you, Like if you want to talk about religion, the guy who hits the home run in Game 7 to win the World Series, thanks God. Does that mean the pitcher who threw the pitch is supposed to not thank God because they're two opposite ends of the spectrum? Why did this guy win and that guy not? You know what I'm saying? So you just wonder when you look, if you're going to look at it like that, you have to look at it from all sides, right? RD4254-7-7. Hey, Rome. Maybe when that happens, it could be the burnt toast theory. Look, I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. I'm not looking up nothing. All right, 84254-7-7. I'm just wondering, do you guys believe that? Do you guys believe there's a higher power and that it controls your life? Whatever. I'm just saying, whatever that higher power may be to you.
Hey, what's going on? My name's Alexis.
What up, brother?
Hey, man, I was just calling about the conversation that you have going on. I do believe that there's a higher power, but I believe God gives us choices and we have to make our decisions,
Okay. That's
Yeah, I think God gives us the ability to handle things in our life and things come our way.
Let me ask you this question, though. Based on that logic, I'm not gonna contradict anything you said, but based on that logic, doesn't that give the higher power a reason to blame you instead of them? Yet they're supposed to be this higher power is supposed to be controlling everything.
I don't believe that. I think God gave us free will.
Well, I know you don't believe that, but my point is, why does this? If you say God, and I'll just say God, then why does He get all the praise without any of the accountability?
That's a good question.
I mean, because that's what it looks like to me, and I just wonder.
Yeah, no, I believe what you're saying. I believe that's true. That's something for me to think about as well. But yeah,
we're not here to break anything down. I was just curious if people think that.
No, I get it, man. I get it.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks for calling, brother. Later, man. And I'm not here to discount whatever you believe. Whatever makes you a better human being, I don't care what it is and what you believe in. I just was thinking, and more so that I knew, by the way, I knew this was going to bring up a religious aspect of it, even though that wasn't my intention. My intention was more so of, do you believe you're with the person you're with because of some higher power? Do you believe you have the job you have and that's the one you wanted because of some higher power? Or whatever the universe has a plan for you, okay? I knew what this was going to be, but it's not going to be that serious, because you believe what you believe. And as long as it makes you a good person, it doesn't matter what everyone else thinks, to be honest with you. All right, 84254-7-7. You guys text me here. Hey, good morning, Rome. Let's see here. It's Paulina. My family and I are Christian and believe in God, and people will believe in whatever they believe. Of course, your faith plays a part in it. But at the end of the day, if you have all you have is your faith with no action to show for it, then nothing will happen. You have to put in the work while letting whatever it is that you want to happen work out. It's called timing and your mindset. Just look at it this way, Rome. People who are, I'm not going to get into all that, Paulina. Never mind. Romeo, people tell me that I changed because I met my wife. Her family tells me that I done good in life because they pray for me, Rome. I believe in God, but I worked really hard to get where I'm at my life because I wanted to do better. Well, I mean, yeah. So that's the question. I mean, is there a plan? Had you never met your wife? Would there still have been a plan? Maybe you're not doing as well in your life if you don't meet your wife? So that's the grand plan for you. It just, do you believe there's a higher power? It could be, that could be karma. It could be luck. It could be, pick whatever you believe to be controlling your life if you believe that. Could it be God? Could it be the universe? Could it be, astrology? There's lots of stuff out there that people believe are a higher power for them. And, when it doesn't work out, what does that mean? When it does work out, that solidifies what you believe. When it doesn't work out, why do you still believe it? There's a lot of questions to be answered. Nobody really has the answer. Hey, Rome, not big homie Romeo getting all philosophical on this early on a Taco Tuesday. I'm not getting philosophical. I just heard this whole thing about Elon Musk saying that we live in a simulation. Basically, we live in the Matrix. If that's true, then there's no God, right? There's no grander plan of like the universe or karma or luck or God or whatever it is you believe has control over us with this grander plan, right? The other thing, the reason I thought about this was because over the weekend, I met a guy who took a class about studying the Bible as a book, not as a religious faith book, but just factual book of what happened, and had a really interesting perspective on everything. So, and I'm not saying there's not a grander plan. I'm not saying that, God don't exist. All I'm saying is, you ever think about where you are with your job or the city you live in or the person you married or anything, was there a grander plan? And the other good question, though, is it the best possible plan for you? Did you have other options where you could be living a better life today than the one that you're living now? Not saying you have a bad one now. But okay, Taco Tuesday. First off, I have to say I believe in God. He created everything, and if you follow the Bible, you will love a better, happier life. I went through some bad stuff. With that being said, there's a free will if you decide to fall for the temptations of the world. Now, what about the people that fell for the temptations of the world and are succeeding far more than we are? That's got to be out there too, right? Anyway, all right, 842-5477. Anyone to start following God. You don't need a religion just to believe in God and you will be saved. Okay. Rome, I'm spiritual and not religious. I believe that the universe gives us opportunities and we make those decisions. I also believe we keep repeating the same cycles until we're ready to learn the lesson. Okay. All right. All right, 842-5477.
Romeo, first I want to say I love your topic, and also I don't believe like there's a higher power. I don't believe in that because, like, for one, I don't think God is going to choose. This is not funny, by the way, but I don't think God's going to choose to allow a little innocent child to be sick. Like, what karma does that little child, do to deserve
there's
to be,
a lot by the way, there's a lot of people that have said that, but I'm not just speaking on God. I'm just speaking of karma or a universe, or is there something, because people believe in different things and it's not always God. Like somebody just said they're a spiritual person, but they don't necessarily believe that they're not religious. So there's a lot of different things out there that could be controlling. Maybe we're in the Matrix. Like Elon Musk
I'm
says.
starting to believe that too. I mean, I'm into like different. I'm open-minded to like everything, but I do know that God's not one of them.
Oh,
If you want, well, like not God. I wouldn't say God. I would say like religion. Yeah, more. It's like more religion.
Well, how do you know that religion's not one of them? What makes you? Because of the death. Because of death, and I get you. Because of death and
not only
destruction.
death, but like also like your topic was about relationships too, and like I don't think you like somebody else mentioned earlier that we put in the work. I think it's all luck. It's all of the same work, and I didn't get that job. I went to college. I got a degree. I didn't get that job. I went on multiple interviews, don't get hired. So I don't believe, that either. It's also luck too,
All right. That's fair. All right. Well, thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I mean, well, there you go. Rome. God is our creator. He gives free will to choose. There are times he will want us to be in what he wants. There are times he wants us to be what he wants us to be. Well, here's the only issue with that. But if you're going to have the conversation, and I really want to have the God conversation. I was talking more about karma and things like that. But you can't. Everybody knows that guy. You guys all know that guy, where that it's never their fault, things happen and it's never their fault that this happened. You guys might have had a boss like that or a coworker like that. It's never their fault. And they always have some justification for that. So you can apply that to religion. The one higher being gets all the credibility, all the credit without the accountability. That's kind of a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? And that's what free will is. So, I don't know. All right, 842-547-7.
Hey, Romeo, that's an interesting topic for the day. I'm sure everybody in town is torn in half about it, but I just wanted to give my opinion on it.
Okay.
I agree with the lady that called and said religion, because what do we know about religion? What was religion before, like, Christianity and all that other stuff that was created, like, in the 1400s by the Romans or by Rome? Or, you know what I mean? So
I don't know.
How do we know we're not being lied to? How do we know they didn't change the narrative? I do believe in a higher calling, but I believe they might have changed the narrative a lot. But
well, I'm going to tell you. Okay, I'm going to tell you. This is not my theory. Okay, this is the theory of a guy I met who studied the Bible as a text, not as a religious guide. Okay.
Right.
So he looked at it as black and white, with no faith involved. And some of his conclusions were it was a self-help book that helped people in aspects of their life make better decisions. And the way that he broke it down was, regardless of whether it's real or not, the idea of what somebody created when they made this book is helps people, right?
Right.
So the idea that the narrative changed behind the book, I don't think, because it's not negative. It's not a negative book. It's not a negative.
No, it's not.
The idea of religion is not necessarily negative, and this is the other point I want to bring up about it. He said, based on this book, even if you don't believe in religion, you have to, because why do you believe in right and wrong?
Right.
And
I think we're automatically programmed that way. We have a subconscious that tells us.
Well,
hey,
no, I'm gonna go with you though, bro. I'm gonna go way back to whenever the narrative created. The narrative started as right and wrong, right? Basically, that's what it did. So
it all boils down to this, Romeo. Like, the Bible was pretty much put together from a translated tablets, the Sumerian tablets.
Okay.
It was all translated. So we, as a whole, we are relying that somebody's education to translate things is correct. You know what I mean? So how do we know that they know 100% what they translate?
I'm going to tell you right now, I will never argue with you about that, because look at how crooked human beings can be with money and power. So,
exactly.
And the other thing is, I took a class in college. It was the study of Mesoamerica. And they did some digs in Mesoamerica, and what they found was loaded dice. So people were cheating that far back in time.
Oh, yeah, in the Mesopotamia days.
So
yeah.
You got it. You may be right. I don't know.
And it's one more thing I want to add to this, Romeo. You know, like, when I say my prayers at night, I acknowledge the fact that I might not be praying to the right entity. So when I refer to prayers, I refer to my Almighty Creator as my Almighty Creator. Because how do we know? You know, because I know that Lord in Hebrew translates to Baal, and Baal is the devil.
Well,
so it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like,
you make some legitimate points. You do.
So it's like we gotta understand that, you know, we might be lied to, you know, but at the same time, it all ties into power, money, and control.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Have a great day, Romeo.
I mean, I don't know that I'm not educated enough on any of that stuff that he just said to have to even, you know, to know, you know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, you know. But I will say this, whatever makes you a better person in society, go with that.
Romeo in the Morning.
Every morning.
On 94.1.